Okay, simplifying rational expressions. Yay. So, a rational expression is a ratio of two polynomial expressions. And to simplify it, you have to factor everything, simplify the monomials, and then eliminate common binomial factors. So there's a lot of factoring in this unit, way a lot. So if you are not good at factoring, you need to come get help. We're going to start having quizzes a lot on factoring because we need to get very good at it, or this unit is going to be a struggle. Okay, let's start with this one. So we have example A, 20x to the 6th over 14x squared. So let's just simplify this. 2 goes into 20 10 times. 2 goes into 14 7 times. Then for our x's, we have 6 x's there on top, and we have 2 on bottom. So those two will cancel right there. Those two will cancel, and I'm left with 4 on top, which is x to the 4th. So this is, when you divide, you subtract the exponent. So like 6 minus 2, that's 4. And that's 10x to the 4th over 7. Okay, let's look at this one. So we have 6k minus 36 over k minus 6. Whenever there is a plus or a minus, you must factor. Okay, so we have 6k minus 36. Oh, look, there you go. You must factor. So 6k minus 36, always check GCF first. So a 6 can be divided out of both of those, and I'm left with 6k minus 6. The bottom can't factor, so that's just 6k minus 6 over k minus 6. Those k minus 6's are exactly the same, so they can cancel out, and I'm just left with 6. What's happening? Okay, now, let's see. So C, we have y plus 8 over y squared plus 2y minus 48. The top is already factored, but we can factor that bottom. You're going to use the x. Top number is negative 48. Bottom number is negative 2. So negative 48, positive 2. I said negative. I meant positive. So then that's going to be positive 8 and negative 6. So that factors to y plus 8, y minus 6. So that's y plus 8 over y plus 8, y minus 6. Those y plus 8's cancel, and I'm just left with 1 over y minus 6. Cool. Let's do this one. So when we look at the top there, always check GCF first. There's a 2 that can be pulled out of all of those. So that's 2r squared minus r minus 20. Now that factors to r minus 5, r plus 4. Because my top number is negative 20. Bottom number is negative 1. So that's going to be negative 5 and positive 4. Okay. I don't know why that's not right in. Sorry, I don't know what's happening. Now, if we look at the bottom, maybe. Now, if we look at the bottom, so we have 8r, whoops, sorry, 8r plus 32. Always check GCF. I can pull out an 8 from both of those. So you're left with 8 times r plus 4. Now I'm going to put that on top and put my other one on bottom. So I have 2 r minus 5, r plus 4, over 8, r plus 4. Then I'm going to start canceling things. So those r plus 4's cancel because they're completely the same. 2 goes into 2 one time. 2 goes into 4, or goes into 8 4 times. So that 2 on top technically cancels, and you're just left with r minus 5 over 4. Okay, let's look at this one. So p squared minus 49, and then 7 minus p. So always put the numerator and denominator in standard form before factoring. Remember, standard form is when the exponents go from greatest to least. So the top is in standard form, but the bottom isn't. So that's going to be negative p plus 7. Okay, now let's factor. So that top right there, we have p squared minus 49. There's only two terms, and they're both perfect squares, which means that this is the difference of squares. So I'm going to square root that one, square root that one. The square root of p squared is p. The square root of 49 is 7. You always have one with a plus and one with a minus. And so that's going to be p minus 7 and p plus 7. Okay, in the bottom, I don't want that to be a negative at the front, so I'm just going to pull out the negative 1. I'm going to divide both of these right here by negative 1. You get negative 1 and p minus 7. So that's going to be p minus 7, p plus 7 over negative 1, p minus 7. Those p minus 7s cancel. You're just left with p minus 7 over negative 1. You can always pull out a negative to the very front. So that's negative 1, p plus 7, distribute that in. So that's negative p minus 7. Okay, let's look at this one. Factor that top. First, we're going to pull out a GCF. So I'm going to pull out that 3a. You get 3a times 4a squared minus 1. That's the difference of squares right there. So I'm going to square root both of those. You get 2a and 1. So that's 3a, 2a plus 1, 2a minus 1. For the bottom, I'm going to pull out a 6a squared. And you get 6a squared times 2a plus 1. So the top is 3a, 2a plus 1, 2a minus 1. Bottom is 6a squared, 2a plus 1. Those 2a plus 1s cancel. The 3a and the 6a squared cancel, leaving me 2a on the bottom. So I'm left with 2a minus 1 over 2a. Those two a's right there cannot cancel. Do not cancel those. Okay? Let's look at this one. Sorry, I'm going through all of these because this is factoring. We're just factoring, and I need you guys to get factoring down. Okay, so I hope you're paying attention, real good attention to this. So we look at the top, pull out a GCF of 2. So that's 2, 3n squared plus 4n plus 1. We're going to use slip inside here. So that's going to be n squared plus 4n plus 3, which is n plus 3, n plus 1. But I multiplied by 3 to begin with, so now I'm going to divide by 3. So that's going to be n plus 1 and 3n plus 1. So that ends up factoring to 2, n plus 1, 3n plus 1. Now let's look at the bottom. We have 2, n squared minus 2. Pull out GCF, and you get 2, n squared minus 1. It's the difference of squares. That's n and that's 1. So that's 2, n minus 1, n plus 1. So you have 2, n plus 1, 3n plus 1, 2, n minus 1, n plus 1. Those 2's cancel, and the n plus 1's cancel, leaving me 3n plus 1 over n minus 1. Ooh, I have to sneeze. Sorry. Oh. Okay, went away. Let's look at this one, h. So again, standard form first. So that's negative 5y plus 45 over 3w squared. Oh, I said y. I meant w. Minus 28w plus 9. Factor that top. I'm going to pull out a negative 5. So I get negative 5w minus 9. The bottom, I'm going to use slip and slide. So that's w squared minus 28w plus 27. So that's w minus 27, w minus 1. Divide by 3. You get w minus 9 and 3w minus 1. So that's negative 5, w minus 9, and w minus 9, 3w minus 1. Those w minus 9's cancel, and you're left with negative 5 and 3w minus 1. And again, you can just pull that negative clear out to the front. Okay, factoring is a huge, huge thing this unit, so if you struggle, you have to come get some help, okay? Struggle. It's going to be a struggle. I wrote struggle twice, and I don't want you guys to struggle. I want you guys to get this unit down, so make sure you can factor, okay? We're going to start having tons of quizzes. I already said that, and then things got busy, but we will start having quizzes a lot, okay? Remember to take the quiz. Thanks. You guys rock.